Hello everyone, and welcome back to YouTube Daily Military Channel. Air Force MQ-9 Reaper first time takeoff. A U.S. Air Force MQ-9A Reaper, assigned to the 432nd Wing/432nd Air Expeditionary Wing, prepares for takeoff from Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center, 29 Palms, California, July 26, 2023. The remotely piloted aircraft was being used in Service Level Training Exercise, SLTE, 5-23, a Marine Corps exercise, and its participation is critical to increasing joint capabilities, proficiency and lethality. VMU-3 assembles MQ-9A, U.S. Marine Corps Marine Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Squadron, VMU-3, Marine Aircraft Group 24, begins the assembly phase of the MQ-9A Reapers, Marine Corps Air Station Kaneohe Bay, May 5, 2023. The MQ-9A is a remotely piloted aircraft capable of supporting a wide range of operations such as coastal and border surveillance, weapons tracking, embargo enforcement, humanitarian and disaster assistance, support of peacekeeping and counter-narcotic operations. VMU-3 supports the Marine Air Ground Task Force by providing multi-surveillance and reconnaissance, data gateway and relay capabilities through an aerial layer, and enabling or conducting the detection and cross-cueing or targets and facilitating their engagement during expeditionary, joint and combined operations. Satellite launch and recovery training. Members of the 119th Wing, North Dakota Air National Guard trains with MQ-9 Reaper crews from Shaw Air Force Base and Holloman Air Force Base on satellite launch and recovery at Grand Forks Air Force Base in North Dakota on July 21, 2023. The General Atomics MQ-9 Reaper, sometimes called Predator-B, is an unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, capable of remotely controlled or autonomous flight operations, developed by General Atomics Aeronautical Systems, GASI. Primarily for the United States Air Force, USAF. The MQ-9 and other UAVs are referred to as remotely piloted vehicles/aircraft, RPV/RPA, by the USAF to indicate ground control by humans. The MQ-9 is the first hunter-killer UAV designed for long endurance. High-altitude surveillance. In 2006, Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force General T. Michael Mosley said, "We've moved from using UAVs primarily in intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance roles before Operation Iraqi Freedom, to a true hunter-killer role with the Reaper." The MQ-9 is a larger, heavier, more capable aircraft than the earlier General Atomics MQ-1 Predator and can be controlled by the same ground systems. The Reaper has a 950 shaft horsepower, 712 kilowatts, turboprop engine, compared to the Predator's 115 horsepower, 86 kilowatts, piston engine. The greater power allows the Reaper to carry 15 times more ordnance payload and cruise at about 3 times the speed of the MQ-1. The aircraft is monitored and controlled by aircrew in the Ground Control Station, GCS, including weapons employment. In 2008, the New York Air National Guard 174th Attack Wing began the transition from F-16 piloted fighters to MQ-9A Reapers, becoming the first fighter unit to convert entirely to Unmanned Combat Aerial Vehicle, UCAV, USE.in March 2011. The U.S. Air Force was training more pilots for advanced unmanned aerial vehicles than for any other single weapon system. The Reaper is also used by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection and the militaries of several other countries. The USAF operated over 300 MQ-9 Reapers as of May 2021, with 16 additional units authorized by the FY 2021 congressional budget. Several MQ-9 aircraft had been retrofitted with equipment upgrades to improve performance in high-end combat situations, and all new MQ-9s would have those upgrades. 2035 is the projected end of the service life of the MQ-9 fleet. The average unit cost of an MQ-9 is estimated at $30 million in 2021 dollars. 492nd Attack Squadron B-Roll. Airmen from the 492nd Attack Squadron perform maintenance, base operations support and MQ-9 Reaper pilot and sensor operator training at March Air Reserve Base, California, April 10 to 14, 2023. The 492nd ATKS is a geographically separated unit that falls under the 49th Operations Group at Holloman Air Force Base, New Mexico. 492nd Attack Squadron Mission Feature, U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Kyle Dinwiddie, 492nd Attack Squadron Commander, speaks on the mission of the squadron at March Air Reserve Base, California, April 12, 2023. The 492nd ATKS is a geographically separated unit that falls under the 49th Operations Group at Holloman Air Force Base, New Mexico. MQ-9 prepares for morning flight. U.S. Air Force airmen from the 49th Wing, 432nd Wing, and 163rd Attack Wing work together to get an MQ-9 Reaper into the air for participation in the Rim of the Pacific, RIMPAC, Exercise 2023. 26 nations, 38 ships, 4 submarines, more than 170 aircraft and 25,000 personnel are participating in RIMPAC from June 29 to August 4 in and around the Hawaiian Islands and Southern California. The world's largest international maritime exercise, RIMPAC provides a unique training opportunity while fostering and sustaining cooperative relationships among participants critical to ensuring the safety of sea lanes and security on the world's oceans. RIMPAC 2022 is the 28th exercise in the series that began in 1971. MQ-9 Reaper drone takes off from an undisclosed location / B-roll. A General Atomics MQ-9 Reaper takes off from an undisclosed location in Southwest Asia July 28, 2023. The Reaper is an unmanned aerial vehicle capable of remotely controlled or autonomous flight operations used primarily for the United States Air Force. Pacific Update, 319th ERS MQ-9 Demo Flight. On this Pacific Update, Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Kelly, commander of the 319th Expeditionary Reconnaissance Squadron on Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force Kanoya Air Base, delivers remarks during a demonstration flight of the MQ-9 remotely piloted aircraft. U.S. Pacific Air Forces is deploying MQ-9 Reapers, a medium-altitude, long-endurance remotely piloted aircraft, and personnel to Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force Kanoya Air Base to conduct airborne reconnaissance operations in close coordination with the Japan Ministry of Defense. The presence of U.S. military personnel and assets in Japan supports our allies and partners by maintaining regional stability and security within the Indo-Pacific. 163d Maintenance Group proves mission-capable airman concept. U.S. Air Force airmen of the 163d Maintenance Group prove multi-capable
look inside our enterprise
airman concept by creating 5-man teams to recover, fuel, arm and relaunch the MQ-9 Reaper aircraft, March Air Reserve Base, California. Due to the aircraft's new auto takeoff and land software update, maintenance airmen are able to travel anywhere the aircraft can land without the need of a pilot locally, which extends the aircraft's range and time on target. MQ-9 Reaper Operations / Weapons. U.S. Air Force Senior Master Sergeant Ed Palakovich, 214th Attack Group Weapons Supervisor from Fort Huachuca, Arizona, is assigned to the MQ-9 Reaper aircraft. Palakovich was deployed with the MQ-9 to Alpena Combat Readiness Training Center during Northern Strike 21-2. This footage was collected during Northern Strike is an opportunity to build interoperability with other units and multinational partners while training in realistic multi-domain environments.